You see, today what Advocate Mnisi is basically doing, so far he has proven 2 points, and he doesn't want to move away from them unless he has totally cemented everything. And I'm going to tell you the implication of this, right? Point number 1, he has made sure that he highlights the fact that this is the reason why Kelly Khumalo has not been arrested. And then we know that no, it's not Geninda, it's not the South African Police Service that chose not to arrest Kelly Khumalo, but it is the office of the NDPP. In the office of the NDPP, there is Mr. Baloyi. So we know that, the decision comes from the NDPP or the DPP that chose not to arrest him. The other point that he is highlighting, basically, it is the fact that, the decision, you understand, to say, so there was no evidence to arrest Kelly Khumalo, but there was evidence to arrest the accused. I wrote on Twitter and say, we now know the truth. Somebody respond and say, yeah, Mnisi is doing nothing. There's nothing that Mnisi is doing. He's asking questions that were asked. And I'm like, if Mnisi is asking questions that were whose answers were given in 2020, it's fine. Why is Advocate Baloyi so unsettled? He's trying to say, Mnisi, please don't ask this question. And Mnisi is like, my lord, have I committed any offense? The judge says, hey, Mnisi, you haven't done anything wrong. Mnisi is like, okay, so let's go. He is dealing with that. Utige Mnisi, one of the questions, he asked whether the allegations that Kelly Khumalo was in contact with accused number 5 drew the conclusion that this was a contractual killing. Okinenda answered that and said, it is correct to say that the confession of accused number 1 also says Kelly Khumalo was what was the trigger point. The confession of accused number 2, Kelly Khumalo name as names comes out, so it comes up again. It is the confession of accused number 2, names of accused number 3 and 4 and 5 that came out. In other words, Geninda is basically saying no. It's not. We don't have any evidence except the confession. The evidence that links us back to Kelly Khumalo. It's messy. It's messy because you need to understand that. So once Geninda states that Mnisi is going to take a turn and show us that, okay, so despite that you still wanted to arrest Kelly Khumalo. You still wanted to do something and then get her arrested. But the people that stops you from doing that, it is the office of the DPP, which is where Advocate Baloyi which is the office of Advocate Baloyi, who chose docket 636/10/2014 over docket 375 and said, I don't want docket 375 at all. I don't want anything associated with docket 375. Guys, let's give credit to Mnisi. The judge then had asked the question that says the NDPP not only takes the decision on charging, but also on authorizing a warrant of arrest. That is what Judge Ratamo Khwatleng was basically saying, that, Mnisi, you need to be clear about that. You need to use your words correctly. You can't use your words incorrectly. Well, which I understand where the judge is basically saying that, change your language. And Mnisi changes his language, and the judge doesn't have a problem with Mnisi changing the language. And I'm talking about this only in respect to this. Geninda says, no, but my lord, he says that he never said with the prosecutions. In other words, I never had an opportunity to sit down with them when the decision is being made. I'm just listening, or I'm just being told that we are not going to prosecute Kelly Khumalo. You know what Geninda is doing here? He's like, I am going to take everyone down. If I'm going down, the office of the NDPP, we're going down, Baloyi. But I'm going to show you the implication of this. Just bear with me. That is what we are learning so far. Guys, this has got serious repercussions. You know, I do know that there's also serious repercussions in the fact that people do not want to do this. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, will bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. All right, so having done the right thing, Ginenda is basically saying no. An instruction was given and I was told that go and find more evidence that will connect Kelly Khumalo. Failure to which, no warrant of arrest against Kelly Khumalo, nothing. And the question you have to ask is, why is Kelly Khumalo so protected in the office of the NDPP? Baloyi is super unease with the fact that why do you guys keep revealing that I'm the reason why Kelly Khumalo is not arrested. I was happy as long as you people think that it is the police officers, the SAPS. But now that you know it's me, I'm not happy. I'm not settled with that. Hey, we saw the men objecting. Yeah, man. When the fly was passing this direction, Baloyi was objecting. When the fly goes this direction, Baloyi is objecting. When the fly is standing here, Baloyi was like, I'm objecting. Like most of the objections, you like, but Baloyi, this objection doesn't make sense. Why are you objecting to this? But he's like, no, I need to object because it is bringing my reputation down. I'm like, Baloyi, sit down, man. He's like, no, man, I can't sit down. Okay, I'm joking. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I'm saying, right? So those bases where those were bases that more evidence was needed before they could authorize the warrant of arrest. In other words, what you presented in the bid to link Kelly Khumalo was found that it could not be used to drag Kelly Khumalo in court. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you know what I learned about this? What Mnisi is saying is that, so in essence, let me calm down. In essence, you did not find evidence that can link Kelly Khumalo in this. You know what it means? The communication that Kelly Khumalo orchestrated this, there was no evidence. Hey, you know where we're going with this? It cannot be a contractual killing then. Hey, you know where we're going with that? If it cannot be a contractual killing then, it means that release this accused because we are arguing a contractual killing. Hey, guys, come on, guys. Okay, let me calm down. Hey, Mnisi. They understand that if you exonerate Kelly Khumalo, you must exonerate the accused. Because if we are arguing contractual, then find evidence that proves that this is contractual. If there is no evidence that this is contractual, why do you bring Kelly Khumalo? Tickle. Baloyi then stood and objected and said, raises and said that the witnesses indicated that he doesn't know why the NDPP took that decision. So it's unfair to ask the witness. This was like, Andinda. Whoa. You see, I like where this thing is going. I wonder when they say prove your case beyond reasonable doubt. I like what these lawyers are doing. Sure. But again, okay, so despite the objection from the state, we now know that the reason why the warrant of arrest was not authorized or granted was simply because the NDPP wanted more evidence. They were convinced that the evidence that at that time were obtained was not enough to drag Kelly Khumalo to court. So why drag the accused then? I hope Mnisi, in his closing remarks, he's going to say, look, let those who have, I hope those who have ears have heard what I wanted to say. Hey, I hope those will be the closing remarks, because I see it. You know, where the man is going, I see it. I'm like, oh, but what's up, Mnisi? I see where you're going. Hey. Okay. From there, some of the questions that were asked, that Mnisi says, in brief, you submitted a docket and memorandum for Kelly Khumalo's warrant of arrest that the NDPP decided to induct those 5 accused and gave you instruction to go do further investigation on whether Kelly Khumalo is linked to the accused. Gininda, yes, that was part of it, but also to find evidence linking her to the offense, right, Mnisi? In the meantime, there was a warrant of arrest for these accused. Right? And then Gininda says, yes, Mnisi, around November, you took the case docket with the with whatsoever you unpacked subsequent to the indictment of this accused, and you went back to the NDPP in 2020 regarding the arrest of Kelly Khumalo. Gininda says, yes, correct. Mnisi says, and the case before Judge Maumela commenced in High Court, and up until that moment, a decision had not been made to charge Kelly Khumalo. Brigadier Gininda says, yes, yeah, my daughter, that's correct. Mnisi says, and it is also despite the new information in the docket on 2020, which you submitted. Yes, that's correct. It was in November 2020 that these people have not granted us the favor to arrest Kelly Khumalo. You see, guys, let me fix this. Okay, yeah, the light. Hey, this light seems to be giving me a problem. Guys, please watch the ads. Please. That's how we make money in this channel, so that we can buy this light. I need to replace this light. I need to go buy this light. So these RGB lights, guys, they are a bit expensive. Somewhere around, I think I bought each around 1.9 or what each. But again, topic for another day. So please watch the ads, guys. Now, what I've actually came to realize why Advocate Baloyi is so unsettled, it is simply because people must be watching this. Parliament must be watching this. This is the case that Parliament must have interest in. And we'll talk more about Parliament on a separate video. But should there be a commission of inquiry, Advocate Baloyi's team must explain. They have a lot of explanation to do. And looking into this people is this person is like, hey, we don't want this in our name, right? But now we then have this second thing to say. Mnisi is highlighting that these are the people, and even the question from the judge, they are highlighting that these are the people who decides whether or not you get a warrant of arrest. So today we know that no. Today has been emphasized to say no. The reason Kelly Khumalo is not arrested is because of the NDPP, which is the Baloyi's department, right? Now we need a decision as to why that hasn't happened. Mnisi, you know what Mnisi is doing? There's a saying in English that says, beat the dog until the owner comes out. That's exactly what Mnisi was doing. Bah! The dog. The owner stood up and objected time and again. That's what Mnisi was doing. Some of these things are not necessarily directed to Brigadier Bongani Gininda. They are directed to the behind the scenes. giving clarity to the behind the scenes that starting from today, should there be a need of inquiry, we now know where to direct that. Because in court, and the experience of Mnisi having worked in this institution, it comes in handy. You know, guys, let's give Mnisi his credit. About that guy, I don't care who says what, whether these are all facts, I don't care who says what. Even yesterday when he was asking for adjournment, my heart was clean. I was like, take Mnisi Tata. You know why? Because he took time, prepare, and then when he came back, he proved that I prepare. I came back prepared. You can see it, you feel it, you are with him as he's doing this cross-examination. But the other thing that I'm seeing from Mnisi, he just decided that I'm going to change the strategy. I'm not going to take you into the high pitch. I'm going to maintain this pace, but I'm going to grill you. And the way and the manner in which he's asking the question, taking the direction, and standing his ground, being firm, it must be studied, man. It's like I'm getting a new Mnisi. He has changed some of his strategies and decided that I'm going to come cool. I'm going to be cool, patient, but you are going to answer all of the questions that I'm asking from you. And boy, oh boy. And I'm glad also there's been a bit of a change in terms of attitude from Geninda, because I'm seeing that, okay, even Geninda this time when he's answering, yeah, or maybe it's because of the strategy that Mnisi is using. He's like, no, let's leave the militant one. Let's focus on this one. So that if you are rude or if you are high, people will see that it's you. But I'm going to maintain my composure and I'm going to deal with you. You know, these are the lawyers that you don't mind spending money on, because you know what? And I always say to you guys, you know, prior to the Senzo Meyiwa case, prior to me building this as Infotainment podcast, following this case, I did not necessarily believe in lawyers. I always thought that lawyers, they eat your money, what. But, you know, after this, I respect the profession of lawyers. The Senzo Meyiwa trial has made me to respect the profession of lawyer, the profession of legal practitioners. I respect that. I'm not saying all of them are good. No. I'm saying there are good lawyers there. I've hired one of the lawyers that I feel like, but I know, in terms of the profession, no. The Senzo Meyiwa trial has made me to respect this profession. But there's another thing as well that I want you guys to notice. I hope you noticed it. The fact that they removed therefore. And God was like, oh, they removed therefore. Let's bring Mngomezulu. They took the life of Mngomezulu. God was like, nah, let's take the spirit that was given to this and let's give it to Mnisi. Hey, Mnisi, man. There's that thing that Mnisi is doing that makes me feel like, yeah, we are represented here. We are fully represented. You know, when you feel like I can leave everything with Mnisi and go and sleep, I know when I wake up, he would have handled things. He would have dealt with matters. I can't put it into words, but I'm so excited with what I'm saying. I feel like, why didn't I study law? You know what I'm saying? You know, when a lawyer does something and you feel like, I wish I went to school and studied law. You know, that's not out of jealousy. It's out of inspiration. You know, it's not out of jealousy. It's out of excitement. When you look at Baloyi doing his thing, you feel like, I think I need to go and register and study law, man. Come on. You know, I feel like I will come and learn more from this man. And that's what I'm saying. I can't put it into words, but boy, what we are seeing there. I'm super excited. Lastly, it makes me feel, seeing all these things, I'm wondering if this trial did not make it into the spotlight, what would have happened to the accused? Because now we are seeing the best of lawyers simply because the lawyer, the case is on the spotlight. If they succeeded in making sure that the case doesn't get to the spotlight, what would have happened to the accused?